Today's the day we're going to start putting floor joist in. It's rain and all the things that get in the way in life, but today's the day. So I don't know what else to say. Let's just get to it.
Hey, I promise we're going to get to this, but I want to give you a little flashback and tell you how we got to this point. Let me jump back to our EcoPanel seminar. Can't go, buddy. This someone is a little less excited right now.
It's too early.
Okay, we are in the car. It's really early, and we are heading over to EcoPanels of Tennessee, where we're gonna go to a seminar talking about how to build buildings, and in our case, a cabin with SIP panels. And if you guys don't know what a SIP panel is, watch this video. So we just pulled in here to our little restaurant on the way. Still dark outside, and this one over here, she is knocked out already trying to take a nap. Okay, we are headed down the road to EcoPanels of Tennessee. We're excited. We're going to see about our cabin build. We're looking at using EcoPanels of Tennessee to build the walls. They're very, very well insulated. Come down here. There's a little boat. Go fishing right there. Hey, we're almost there. Yay! Okay, we made it to the EcoPanels seminar. So we finally made it here to the EcoPanels Tennessee factory. Can you guys look around? So this is one of the panels. This is like the roof panel or a floor panel. It's got so much foam in the middle. There's also structure in the middle as well, but this is like R46 insulation value. That's really hard to beat. Here's another one. You can see the form. They shoot the foam in this form right here. And this one has the zip board on the outside. Another one down here just the same. This is before they pull off the forms.
Carl, who you talked to a moment ago, we're kind of we're the entire sales team here at EcoPanels. But it's real man.
That's pretty awesome.
And then, like I said, it doesn't even retain the heat. It's like it's gone. It gets black on your hand. I like to put a heavy bead on this side and another one on this side, and then I like to do some. Don't skimp on the foam. We send you plenty. And these little guns. All right, so imagine that I did that. Okay, now set the thing. We got to take it back apart. So.
The foam for?
Do what?
Foam is for?
This is just for any potential air leak that might come around there. So this panel is going to sit down over and then flush with the subfloor and flush with the outside all the way around. Now when we get ready for our next panel, we're going to take our foam groove right here, and then I put another bead right there in that corner, a liberal dose. If some of it pokes out, it's fine. Don't touch it while it's wet. Once it dries, you can remove it, but this becomes part of your skin. I think Gunnar had to shave all his arm hair off one time. Yeah. So this is the cam lock sticking out. I'll show you how it locks together when we get this panel up here.
You get it up here?
Actually, what I like to do is I like to get, now, as you're going along, we would check level. We might put a little screw here and there just to get it plumb, but I actually don't like to nail it in earnest until I get all the walls up. Because if you got all the walls up, now they're all tied together, everything's one unit, it's all weighing down at the same time, pulling each other, then you nail everything.
And it's a lot easier when you get to the final end of the day and this panel that's gonna come back on this side, that you can have a little bit of flexibility. Now, sometimes if it's a high wind event day,
Yeah, we'll brace it off.
we'll brace it off, we'll do some temporary stuff, maybe nail down a few panels. But for the most part, I like leaving the first panel, the corner, last for that connection so that you can pull this in and out if you need to, just for, to get it in.
So then the cam locks, I always like to start at the bottom ones. You put your wrench in there and turn that.
That applies 400 pounds of compression strength per device. And in a typical panel, we've got 4 to 5 of those
You're saying compression pull in.
pulling it together.
Uh-huh.
You put your finger in there, you
So-
will not pull your finger.
Now these two are locked together with the cam locks. So you doing another one? Okay, here's another note. When you're setting your panels, always leave your wrench stuck in the hole on the panel before where you're at. Otherwise, you're like me and you get to this one, you're like, oh, where'd I put that?
5/8.
And it's back enough to when you're doing drywall, you won't get
That is
screw or nail
Yeah.
penetration.
Yeah.
16 3/4 wide. So as the posts have dried, they've went out wider just a little bit. I don't really see one that has done more warping than other, but I get the feeling it's this one right here on the end. It feels like it is curved out. So I guess we'll just make our 8x8 box, and it's curved this way and in just a little bit. We'll just make our boxes square and set them on the top the best we can. So let me show you a lifesaver for this build site we're at. We're building our cabin over here, and this is the ice cold refrigerator. It's a refrigerator or a freezer. It's got two sides. I got it at 41 degrees on one side, 29 on the other. So it's a freezer on one side, refrigerator on the other, or a freezer on one side, refrigerator on the other, or both refrigerators or both freezers, whatever you want to set it up as. All right. It runs off 12 volt or 110. This thing has been a lifesaver for us here. We've got a little ice left in that, that's all I got. But we have had 100-degree weather, and this thing can set in the car and run. I can run it off the battery pack, or you can run it off the car. Right now I got the car running. But so if you got a solar generator or anything like this, it'll run this thing for days. Love it. In the way of the laser. 1.5 inches. So 16. So I need 16 feet minus 3 inches. So 15 feet, 9 inches. That's pretty square. So I'll go ahead and take this. So we're going to take, instead of 16 feet, we're going to take 3 inches off for the width of the 2 boards on the outside. Yeah. Making this up as we go. So that one's square on the end as well. It's got a little split on it, but best we can do with the wood we got. You don't have to be smart to do this. No wonder. We're going to use these top ones that got sun over the weekend. We're going to use those for cross bracing because they've cupped. Because they got that sun on one side. They'll flatten back out a little bit. But we'll use the ones up under. Just shy and just a hair over 8 feet. There's no much room for error. Let's try this one. So that the curve curves out. That'll be a little easier to work with. So this will be the first nails. Just gonna. Light compared to the other one. So from here out, this is where the cabin stops, and then from here out will be a deck. So this is going to probably get lowered a little bit. I'm not putting anything out here until we get the cabin set up and we can kind of figure out the difference in heights. And we may end up having to go down one step, or we may end up having 2 steps, depending on how it works out. All right, we're gonna put the last floor joist up. We've got it all nailed up and it's not attached. So what we're gonna do in the morning is come back and do our cross measurements to see how square it is, and then we can still bump it around. And then because as some of the posts dried, they kind of warped in and out a little bit, we're gonna have to get ratchet straps and the tractor over here to kind of do some finagling. But I'll tell you the height, if we come down here level, well, it is awesome level. That's what a laser level, that's a laser level right there. That's what it'll get you. All right, back up here the next day. This is the next morning, and what we're gonna do now that we've got our floor joist in, we're going to do a crisscross pattern here and show that this is still square, or see how square it is. We also have to run a string down the front of the boards. I want to make sure that it doesn't have a wave going in and out. It looks pretty straight to the eye, and I know nothing's perfect, but we don't do this every day, so we need to make sure it's as close to perfect as we can get it, and that might be probably about somebody else's average. Exactly. On the other side. 36 exactly.
On the corner, right?
39 and 4 inches.
39 and 40 inches. So what was the measurements again? 39.
This way was 39 4 inches. This way was 39 and 6 inches. So
it's like
if you see here, I've got a little bit left. I need to rack the whole thing this way. But this only weighs probably 1,000 pounds. Then I can move that one back that way. All right, let's measure it again over there. Thirty-nine and 5 inches.
Crows are out today.
What?
The crows are out today.
Yep. I got something to say. So we're probably, I mean, reality is we're definitely within a 1/4 inch square. We're more like a 32nd, 16th of an inch square. We're an eighth of an inch square for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. Because you got some give, as the tape measure. I pulled it really tight though.
Yeah, I was right in the corner.
Yeah. I think it's good enough for a building. So what I'm gonna do now is tack it.
You're what?
I'm gonna tack it.
Tack it. What do you mean?
I'm gonna nail it, toenail it so it can't.
Oh, you mean on the 6x6s?
The 2x8s.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
these
nail
right
it
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna nail it to the 6x6s.
That's what I meant.
And then that way we can, it won't move around on us. I'm not gonna put a lot of nails right now, because we're gonna put those brackets on.
And you're gonna do this all the way around, or just the ones inside too, or just the outside?
I'm just gonna do the ones right outside right there. Just a little bit.
Yeah, but this just is one board right here. The other ones look pretty good.
Yeah, it's just right here. I bumped it over there once.
Yeah, it's straight now.
I don't want to keep moving them. I'm just going to slide them off and cut them. Moving them over. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to put we got our 4 joist box up. Now we're going to put our cross braces in. And our cross braces are going to be on 2 foot on center. And the reason being is because they're going to be 2 foot on the center going this way. And then the sit panels also have 2x4s and the foam and the layers of plywood and flooring. So what that makes it is it makes it very strong is what it makes it. And the floor joists the sit panels are basically going to lock into each other. So you don't need 16-inch on center. It's just absolutely overkill. And the fact that we put our post every 4 feet versus every 8 feet is another. This thing, I should be able to park a tank up on top of this, but you know, I don't want my floors to bounce. So we talked with, you know, the engineer said 2 foot, well, the way we got it set up, 2 foot in the center, and then laying sit panel, you know, 4 more inches of sit panel on top, which have spars inside them. It's going to be, you know, it won't bounce at all. No bounce. Yeah, I could put a hot tub in there.
Hopefully.
No, hopefully.
Hopefully no bouncing.
I trust them. So every 2 feet on center. So that would be one obviously right here on the 4 foot.
Well, the post is kind of giveaway.
Well, the posts have dried and moved a little bit, so we can't really trust them.
You want to do one row at a time?
Yeah, because they're all going to be different lengths. I'll measure across here. 45 7/8.
Why don't you measure it from the post where you marked it instead of from the outside?
45 and
a quarter?
7/8 what I said. Right here.
Mm.
All right, so I'm going to do a gauge right here. We still can move this, so this is moving around quite a bit. So this is 45 and a half. So this can
move the way we need it to.
Yeah, so I'm going to cut them all at 45 3/4 long, and then we'll put them there.
Okay. So is the other half the same size, or is it going to be a lot of leftovers?
Yeah, we're going to have pieces left over. Probably going to have a nice little bonfire when it's all said and done. Expensive bonfire.
Make some boxes maybe out of it.
You're going to have a 4-inch
planter.
box?
Well, I'm talking about like right here, these leftovers from the piece right here.
There ain't going to be no leftovers. There's 2 in here.
Oh, that's what I was asking you.
Yeah, there's 2 in here.
That's what I was wondering, if we had like a whole bunch of leftovers.
I know what you were asking. You're like, hey, we're going to...
No,
I got a project I want to use this on.
I was just wondering if there's going to be like leftovers on the boards that you're cutting.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to fall if I...
Good job.
Gizmo's a hot doggy.
Hot dog.
Gizmo. Say hi. Say no. Leave me alone, Mama. I'm chasing bugs.
These are like that. Put it on that side over there. See the mark?
Here, center. Here, center.
You gotta let me.
You gotta hold it. I have to go under it. Just don't drop it.
Let me do the top one.
That's it.
2 foot on center. That's 4 foot on center. All right, guess we'll get up. We'll get up under the shade, huh? All right, let me get mine in. All right, now put yours over. Good to go. How cool is that? That's our first layer of cross joist. We still have to put the metal brackets around them, the support brackets, but it's neat. Love to see it. I gotta make sure these are all bent good before I put them in. It's a lot easier to do it that way. So these we won't do, these are sitting on posts. We only need to put them on the ones that are not sitting on posts.
Okay.
Go ahead and put them in. And all we do is go get a box of screws, come back through here and start zipping screws in.
Okay, well, since they're going to stay in, since she nailed this part in right here, it will stay at least. It ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Can you give me a couple more?
Yeah.
So these are the metal brackets we put on, joist hangers. And we've got 2 screws going into the joist on either side, and then there's 2 more screws that are longer that go in and anchor the joist to keep it from falling. Plus there's nails. There's 3 nails in each end of the board. So these are not supported. The rest of them are sitting on the actual beams, the 6x6s, so they don't even need them. But I think this is going to make it super strong. Little steps forward. We still got to put all the metal hangers on, but gosh, we're getting close. We got, I think, almost halfway there. All right, so we're gonna go back and work on the nail gun. The nail gun's jammed, so it's part of life. Hopefully it's nothing major. We come back and went through and done all the brackets on the first 2 rows. So these 2 rows here are completely done. And we're roughly a little over halfway done with actually putting the cross braces in. And we still have to put a bunch of these in. These take time. This is time consuming stuff. So these right here are gonna take a whole day by themselves. Especially, just, one at a time. That's all you can do.
Yep.
See you in the morning. All right, we're back down here at the cabin. It's late evening, and we're going to finish up tonight. I've got I got one more row of the metal brackets to go for the cross joist. And then I got straps that I'm going to put right here. On each post, there's going to be straps all the way around the outside, wind straps. And then there's going to be a line of straps down the center. That's probably way overkill, but I don't want this thing to ever move. If there's ever a wind to updraft, we don't get wind here because it's down the east side of a hill and our wind is prevailing from the west. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and put straps all the way around it because this is, it has a chance for wind to get up onto this and cause uplift. Again, where it's at is probably more likely to win the lottery than that is to happen. Me and the Gizmo dog today or this evening, because Miss Tanya has got a sinus infection and she went to the doctor. So we're gonna knock this last little bit out right here, and then I'm excited because the next thing is we start putting the SIP panels up. And the way I understand how the SIP panel thing is gonna go, once we have this done, and we start putting the SIP panels on, we're going to get in the dry within really quick. It's going to go really fast. All right, we got our straps in. You can see here, these are the wind straps. I've got them all down this side and the other side, and in the center, I've got a few in certain places. Like I said, I don't think it's ever going to be an issue, but if there was a wind updraft, I don't want it to ever cause the cabin to want to lift off all these posts. Now, they're all nailed down. All these joists are nailed to these posts. But I just think the strap is just a little bit extra, probably overkill, but that's okay. All right, we're going to wrap this video up. Thank you very much for watching. There's a playlist of this cabin up to this point. I think you will enjoy it. We're going to take you through the entire cabin build from start to finish. And then at the end of the series, we're going to do a big, long video showing the whole thing being built. There's going to be footage in there that's not in any other place. The Gizmo dog has been here every step of the way.